What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Tanner. I go by the Junk Flipper. That's my name for now, at least. And I show you guys how to flip what you might think is junk for some profits. And mainly, my business is online arbitrage. Um, I've done some thrifting and scanning in the past, and I do it here and there when there's opportunity for it. I have a couple sources, like a library source, to where when my library source texts me, I definitely take advantage of that because it's pretty easy money. Um, but today in this video, I just want to go over my 2024 year and wrap it up with you guys and kind of show you where I was this year, how much I sold compared to last year, and kind of take you on the journey of why I think I messed up in certain areas and where I think I did well, and then my goals for 2025 from learning in that. So let's go ahead and I'll make myself smaller and we'll jump in. So I'm going to jump into my Amazon seller dashboard real quick. You can see today I'm at $126 in sales, nothing crazy. It's after Christmas. We're not even to the new year yet, so it's going to be slow until probably the first week of January when January textbook season starts. So we go to my business reports. And I want to show you guys, so I'll just do year to date. Today is the 28th as of recording this, so I have a few more days of sales, but this should be the majority of it, obviously. So this year I have done a little over $60,000 in sales. I'll probably get close to 61,000 when it's all said and done. Last year I did 50,000, so I'm $10,000 higher than I was last year. And it looks like I did 2,031 units so far, and last year I did close to 1,800. So but last year I started selling in April of 2023, like April, beginning of April. So like 3 months that were missed. So if I had those 3 months, I probably would have been on par with what I did this year. Now, a few things that I kind of just want to point out for what my thoughts are, and so actually I'll make myself smaller. But so last year I did thrifting from April until about September. So where am I at here? Oh, you guys can see right here. So March I didn't have any sales. In April I did $958 in sales, and jumped up to 4,000 pretty quickly. I was like, as soon as I saw results with scanning books out in the wild, like I got addicted pretty quickly, and I got to $5,000 in sales, relatively quickly. As soon as I became buy box eligible, I started seeing a lot of sales, and I would say around this July period, I started watching Joji Davenport's content and understanding that there's opportunity to do this from home. And I was mainly sourcing from Facebook Marketplace, just finding textbooks on Facebook Marketplace and then flipping them on here in August. So I did $6,000 here and then $6,000 there in August. Interesting that the July, it says $6,300 last year, but right here it says 6,600, but the graph is a little bit lower. Oh, I'm looking at the units. I'm an idiot. Disregard that. All right, so May, we're here. Boom, we're slowly climbing up in August. And this is the period where I start learning about online arbitrage, and I'm taking all the money from thrifting here these past, the first 4 or 5 months, and then I'm going into January textbook season, and Christmas season really was the beginning of it. Like in August, September, October, I was sourcing a lot of Christmas books because I really saw the opportunity, and I was watching Joji and Victor put out a lot of content about it, and I was finding a lot of my own Christmas books. And last year I did almost $10,000 in revenue from Christmas books alone. So that kind of took me to that $50,000 mark with that, obviously thrifting a lot this whole entire year. And then once Christmas season came around, I really just leaned in on OA. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, I'm making almost $10,000 revenue. That's like $4,000 profit. $4,000 to $5,000 profit from Christmas books, and it was just like insane. I was like, all right, I want to do this. I want to make this OA thing a full time thing, and not have to worry about going out and thrifting and scanning, because it's time consuming, right? Like you're out there scanning and you got to drive to all these places, you got to have routes, and not a lot. I mean, I can do it. I'm like physically, I can do it, and I have a lot more time than someone with like kids or. I work from home for my full-time job, so it's not really like a crazy issue if I had to go out and do it. But I would rather just do it from home in between like calls out from work, and yeah, it's just less time consuming, and you buy your time back with OA really, and you can scale a lot quicker if you do it the right way. But after this season, coming into next year, which is the blue line this year, I really wanted to go fully into OA. Now, I had a okay January textbook season. I really couldn't find a lot of January textbooks for whatever reason. I think my mindset was, not correct about those January textbooks, and I was wanting to buy them for like $10 and flip them for like $80 to $100, and that's just not the case with textbooks unless you're getting them from Facebook Marketplace. Then you can, really have some crazy ROI, but there's a lot of risk with not having that Amazon invoice, because if you get an IP alert or any sort of like IP complaint, you're way better off with an Amazon invoice than not having one. Your account could get your health score could go down and possibly get your account deactivated if you have a counterfeit textbook. So, but my mindset was just not there for that January season. That's why you don't see a very high sales there. And then after that, from February till about May, like I was sourcing a lot of like long tail books that Joji teaches, and I was selling a lot. I was selling some of them for crazy ROI, but like the volume just wasn't there. And when I stopped scanning, that like floor of those consistent sales coming in kind of stopped, and I actually lost the buy box in May, I believe, and that was like kind of my low point. I hit $1,800 in sales, and I was like, you know what, like something's got to change. I can't just be doing this OA thing if I'm not if I'm not doing it right, or if I'm not thinking about it correctly. So I just picked up the scanner in June through August. Again, during the summer, I started to go hard on scanning and just going back to my old sources and trying to build up that inventory again. I got the buy box back after like 2 weeks for books and CDs and DVDs, and started building from there. Because I knew once August came around, I had a good amount of high school textbooks that would sell. I didn't have any college textbooks because of what happened last college textbook season. And then I knew once that season came around, I could flip that money into Christmas books, because Christmas books have been my bread and butter. So June came around, I got it up to around 4,000 again, 3,500, and then August, boom, $7,000. That was good to get all my money back from those textbooks, and then the snowball of my scanning kind of happened. And then we move into September, October. The floor looks pretty good, and I'm sourcing a lot of Christmas books, CDs, DVDs. And then we get to November and December of this year. Did 7,000 November, and then around uh, close to $14,000 in December alone. Now, if you look at the window from like November 22nd till like November 28th to December 28th, like the month, like when you look at your app and you go back to 30 days, you can see the last 30-day period. I was well over $15,000. I think I got close to 16 at one point. So that was really, really cool and an awesome milestone for me personally. So things have been trending in the right direction. I just had my best month this month ever, like clearly, as you guys can see. And my mindset now going into 2025, which I'll move over to my goals documents. My mindset for 2025 is to have this floor right here. Like I want this solid, like, $5,000 floor. Like I want that to be the lowest that I'm going to see by 2025. I don't want to see this dip again for like half the year. Like that really killed my potential to be a $100,000 seller. Like I want my floor to be at $4,000 to $5,000. I know Christmas I can crush. That's a guarantee. $15,000 in revenue. I went pretty deep for this January textbook season, so I'm confident I can at least double this number, if not triple it. I'm hoping I can get to like $15,000, maybe $20,000 in sales. I think I've bought like 250 college textbooks and some high ticket books too that should sell for $100 to $200. So I'm think I can get close to that $15,000 to $20,000 mark in January. And then I'm hoping after that in the off season right here, I can find evergreen, all year round books that can keep my floor at like $4,000 to $5,000 throughout here till. And then once May and June hits, I'm gonna be sourcing a lot of high school textbooks and try to get those higher ticket um, textbooks that sell from May all the way into September. So I'm really hoping that like that's my plan. If I can make this floor right here from February or from January, obviously above 10K, maybe 15K, and I can have this floor until like May or June at like $4,000 or $5,000. Like that alone will get me to, um, you know, February through June at like $4,000. What is that? That's like 5 months times four. That's 20,000. And say I do 15,000 in January. That's like $35,000 alone until June, and that's not accounting for the high school textbooks I'm going to start selling in this area. So maybe like 40,000 by halfway through the year, and then if I can do that, I get to August textbook season, which is the best textbook season, and Q4 is obviously have been the best for me in the past. I think it's reasonable for me to say that I can get to $100,000 in revenue at the very least. Like I was tempted to put 120,000 or $125,000 in revenue because I really do think I'll get there. I will be $100,000 seller in 2025. Like that's a very, I think that's an average goal for me, but I think I'm more wanting to hit like 120 to double what I did this year. And then my next, in order to hit that goal, you have to source ultimately, right? So Joji and Victor recommend 10 books a day. I don't know if I'll be able to do that capital wise. Like, I don't want to put too much spend on my credit cards throughout the year. I don't like carrying a balance all that much. But with that being said, I do my fair share of credit card churning, and there are opportunities to get business cards that are a 0% APY for the first year. So I have been taking advantage of that for January textbook season. So there'll be ways for me to kind of leverage credit cards and source a little bit more. But my goal is 8 items per day. I say items because I don't only sell books. I sell DVDs, CDs, video games, sometimes board games, random like E to A stuff that I've found that are kind of like replenishable for me. So if I can do 8 items per day on average, that's like that's almost 3,000. I want to source 3,000 items total for the whole year, and that averages out to be a little over 8 items per day. So if I sit down for 2 hours, I can find 20 books, I can find 15 to 20. So all I need is like an hour or two to hit 8 items per day. And if I can't hit 8 items on a particular day or a weekend, or I'm busy or on vacation, then I need to make up for it on other days to get close to or hit 3,000 in total. Because if I can hit 3,000 items in total, right now my inventory is going to be at I think 1,200 right now. So if I can do 3,000 in total divided by 12, that's 250 items per month to go on top of my inventory to try to keep things afloat. And I think like my sell-through rate is like 20-25% or something like that. So 1,200 my inventory right now times, let's say 20, that's 240 books items sold per month. So yeah, if I can do 250 a month, I'm basically just staying afloat at that 1,200, which will be all OA. Like I have half of my inventory right now is still from thrifting and scanning, so lower ticketed stuff. So that's my goal for sourcing and sales. And then now I want to talk about YouTube a little bit. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Might be a little ambitious. I've hit 100 pretty quick, but I do plan to crank out a lot of content in 2025. I want to start interviewing other sellers on my channel. I want to potentially start a podcast on my channel if I can find a good co-host. I think that could be fun to offer to the community. I do want to start offering coaching calls. I don't know. I might charge like $20 for a coaching call just to start out, or maybe I'll just do it for free if people are interested. But I think I'm going to start promoting coaching calls on my YouTube channel in 2025 because I really do like helping other people start their business. Like right now, I'm helping my brother. That's another goal of mine. He's just getting started with his Amazon seller account. He's out there scanning and thrifting, and I'm gonna get him to uh, get the buy box first before I help him with online arbitrage and getting that side of the business going. But my goal with him is to hit $25,000 in sales his first year. I hit 50,000 my first year, so I think 25,000, and he has the whole calendar year of 2025. So I think that is pretty reasonable. I might up that honestly. Let's do something a little more. Let's do 40K for my brother to hit. So yeah, I want to start offering coaching calls as I'm helping my brother, and yeah, if anybody's watching this and is interested in just having a chat and having a coaching call or just a call in general and just talk about the business and maybe throw some ideas around, let me know. I want to talk to more people in the space, hear what people were doing, how people were sourcing, how people were doing, different ways of thinking about how to run this business. So I think that is going to do it for this video, y'all. I hope you all had a great 2024, and I'm wishing you all a great 2025 with your Amazon business, whether you're in the online arbitrage space with books and media, or you're just a scanner and you're out there doing it, or you're doing bulk. Whatever you're doing, I wish you a great 2025. And if you have any goals as far as like your sales and how many books you want to source a day or anything that you see on my goals or goals I didn't even mention, put them in the comments. Let me know what your goals are. I would love to know and hear what you guys got going on and your sort of mindset going into the new year. So yeah, that's going to be it, guys. I appreciate you all, and I will see you all on the flip side. See you.